and congratulations for the journey what you have just picked up and then shown the success. So that's the spirit of what you are saying. As people say, winners never quit and quitters never win, and that fits exactly for you, right? So that's where it's all about. So just share some insight about you, how the journey has started, and where are you today for our audience.
Okay. To be precise, I started off skating when I was 5-year-old.
Okay.
So, I was walking by the park and my mom asked me, should I choose slide swings or should I go on skates? So I think that made it easy because I saw some of them skating in the park, and then I found it interesting because speed is something that thrills me. So without any effort, they were going and I chose to go on skates. And that's how my journey began. And I was, least did I know at the age of 5 that I would be representing my country and to be known as one of the fastest skater. So that all started at a young age, and I give all the credit to my parents who identified my talent at that time. And of course, I thank God for this opportunity, and also my coaches who believed in me and got me this far.
Awesome. So amazing, right? It's always at the age of 5 you started and then you're just done about it. Great. And also medals of 25 gold medals and 3 Asians. It's amazing journey and participated and international as well, right? Amazing, credible story. Thank you for doing that. So with that, I also would like to know about it. While you were just doing starter, etc. So I also know during the marriage and you were not skating, right? Yes. So tell us something about that. When did you stop the skating?
Yeah. During my days, we were born and brought up in a Christian family. So it was told that, whatever activities that we do in our young age or whatever we continue, it's all full stop once we get married. Because I was brought, as I told you, born and brought up in a Christian family, and my grandparents were not too keen on me continuing the sport being a girl. So they're like always asking, would anybody marry you? You have scars all over your legs, you have scars all over your feet, and on your hands. Would anybody try to, would want to marry you? No, they would say, no, it's our responsibility that you go and get married. But that was there on my head, always, So I thought maybe the day I get married, I'll have to pack my skating bags. But that was not the scene. So, though I stopped skating 2-3 months before my wedding, then later on, I got into a family who was more welcoming for the sport. So that's how, after marriage, I took up coaching as a profession.
Yes, so it's a typical traditional family where being a girl after marriage or before marriage, you should stop and more worried about the beauty than the scars part of it, right? Like any other family. So it's at least we are all culturally have seen that, so it doesn't seem to be different for us, and you also just started that. So another amazing story I would like to understand from you. When you got married, even your in-laws family were not aware of that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. See, I was introduced as an international skater, but they didn't know it was on a large scale like this. They just knew me as a skater, as a normal skater. In fact, even my husband, when the family came to see me, they just saw a few of my credentials at our place, and they thought she must be a normal sports person. But once I got married and they really got into my profile and saw what I've achieved, that surprised them. They said, why you should be burying your passion and your dreams after your marriage. You should always focus and go on what you've done and achieved. And it's your time to give it for your next generation. Share your talent with the next generation is what my husband made it very clear to me. Not only my husband, I was very lucky to have a mother-in-law who was very supportive. She was the one who told, why don't you start your rink on your own, and you can coach many kids in Bangalore. It's a community waiting for a talent like you to share your talent with them. So that's how I got into coaching.
Awesome, right? And there was a place once you get married or before the marriage, you also started a different career.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
and you also started working somewhere, and then is this a sentence or the inspiration from the family made you to think about comeback or something else? Because you were working.
Yeah.
So what were you working? Probably you can just tell us about that as well.
Yeah. I was like any other normal girl. I thought I should be going to a regular job, 9 to 5 job, and earn and be a typical, housewife after I get married, and work at home, balance and things like that. I was working for Mandavi Motors. I was in fact part of the Maruti Insurance and helping them to kind of, that's when Maruti Insurance was kind of introduced, and I was working with them. So I feel that's it. You have to work, and this is a nice place for me. I'm relaxed and I can go ahead with this. But keeping a big talent bag and an achievement bag behind me, I think my mother-in-law and my husband kind of had to really, I think it took a year for them to convince me to get back to my passion.
Okay.
So it was not me, who was asking them. It was the other way around in my case.
Okay.
So, and my parents always wanted me to take this as a career. In fact, they gave me enough options, but I had to move out of from my hometown, and I came to Bangalore just to see more options for my career. But I didn't know I would come back to my passion.
Right. Okay. So lucky to have a support system, the parents and in-laws, where they all made you to just come back, and we also got asset in our country. So that's nice. Good. So thanks for sharing that. So now that let's. Somebody has just pushed to move ahead to just move about it. Let's talk about today's situation. I know you are running close to 4 or 5 centers in the city with 200 plus, and running always is a challenge, right? And typically the students comes in the evening for you, and you have to run behind. And I do know you have a 2 young child, right? You run with an 8 and 6-year-old. So with that, how are you managing the show? Because evening people always, women feels that once the kids come, I have to be at home and I need to take care of them. How do you handle it?
Yeah, that's a very nice question that I would love to answer, because see, as I mentioned earlier, I've been born and brought up in a Christian family, and my parents were very orthodox, and they kind of put in that discipline in us that imbibed from our childhood. The moment you wake up, maybe my day used to start like 4 a.m. in the morning, maybe 4:30 a.m. in the morning, and I had to do my prayers, then get into my training session, then I come back, then I go to school, do my other co-curricular activities, then I do my evening sessions, and then I come back, do my homeworks, and then I hit the bed. So this, and not to miss, we even had a family prayer time. So wherever I was, I had to come back home within 7:30, because 7:30, my grandparents and my parents made sure the entire family meets, and we praise God for whatever He's been doing in our lives for that day. And that's how, they built in that schedule and that discipline in us. And I think I'm so lucky to be part of that family. Now it's so easy for me to even put in the same kind of discipline and schedule for my young boys. And they're really a little young, but they find it hard sometimes. But now they got used to it. So keeping them in front of TV and giving them gadgets, I wouldn't encourage that at all. So they're always on their toes. They wake up early, they go to their school, they come back, they have their Kumon classes, then they come to their skating classes, then they're almost done for the day. We have some time for family, and then they hit the bed. So that kind of schedule was already put in me in my childhood. So that is how now it's sleeping. I'm putting it on my kids, and I'm absolutely sure they have no complaints. They're enjoying it, and maybe we'll have a cheat day in a week, and I get to spend more time with them, and they enjoy being with their dad and me, and that's how it is. And I don't think they have any complaints. I've exposed to them all kind of sports. I've given them all the platform where they want to pursue, and they come back to skating, because I think they enjoy doing skating, and that's how they are into it.
Awesome. Right. So the discipline pays off in a long way now, not only for you, for the kids as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Super.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So now tell us about your support system, how you've created, because when you are not there, still the home runs. And you don't have a parent stays with you like many of us has this kind of a support. So how do you manage it?
I plan the day.
Okay.
I wake up like really early in the morning. I have my own personal things to do. Like I hit the gym, then I take care of. I make the breakfast for kids. Then then I send them to school. Then pack the lunch for my husband. Then there are a lot of things that needs to be planned. But everything is planned a day ahead. So that I don't miss on anything. I love to cook. I love to, and my husband loves to eat what I cook, and kids enjoy also what I cook. And also I have a help who helps me in chopping, and that makes it a little easier for me. And that's how the day goes. We start off and we are all out, and yeah, that's it.
Planning and the discipline. Now it's the two things where we just get to know. Let's see more we are going to explore about it. So this is about the system what you inculcated just helps me. The other thing I admire about you is the way you treat people. There is no way we can just say anything less about it, because it's a learning for me as well when I just see about, right? The way you treat, the way you connect. And typically the coaches means it's very hard and strong, and here is a one coach we see as soft and then get going, right? So that's the coach about the difference what you bring. So how do you handle the, more than the kids, I understand kids loves you, and the parents also loves you, and I do know that parents keep pushing you and asking for queries about my kid, and still you manage a good relationship. How is that possible?
See, when I was training, I had two sets of coaches. One who was like maybe the same character as me. He's Mr. Ravi Kumar, now settled in Malaysia, who actually taught me how to skate. And second is Mr. Shrikant Rao, now present Indian team coach, and also his elder brother, Mr. Sridhar Rao, is what he was the one who brought in discipline in our sport. So we were like quite like 4 to 5 young girls who were under him, and he kind of was very strict. He always used to focus. He used to ask us, "Do you want a gold medal? So this is how you go. This is a horse, and we are tied, and you just have to look at your goal. So only what you can see is only gold." So he was very strict. So I have seen both the sides. That's how I'm lucky enough to get best of both. I've seen a coach who's been nice and timid and humble, and also I've seen a coach who's been strict and disciplined and very, very strict. He wouldn't even allow us to talk to any of our participants, any of our competitors. So that's how I got the best of both. So now when I talk to parents, whenever I convey it to them, I can understand. I want to make sure that they gain the trust from my side, because they're giving their best. They're giving their best of best to us, like giving their both the children to us, and they're trusting, and they're expecting the good results from us. So when they are expecting so much, it is our duty to give in our best to their kids. So when you actually kind of build that relationship with the parent and the student and with us, when that goes hand in hand. If the parents start trusting you, then they know the kids is in their safe hands. So I think there should not be any problem. I know many of them, there are different kind of parents. We have variety of parents coming in, especially in the city of Bangalore, where some are taking the sport for just fitness, some are taking the sport just for fun, some are taking it for an aggressive profession, where they want to win medals and see the podium, and some are like, just take it like a hobby. So we see that. So I make sure that I understand what exactly they want from me and want from the kid, and that is how we try to communicate. And I'm sure everybody here would understand, once they build up that trust within the coaches and them. I think it makes it easy for them.
Awesome, right? So we are also one of the parents where we see the good coach with us and enjoying about it. So that's nice. Good. So going forward, team, whoever is just listening, I have a request, and we are going to bring people like Esther for your community as well as for our way of getting inspired and getting back to the career stream, whichever the passion you have. So go and then like us or share us, whatever you would like to do that, number one. And number two, if you would like to see our videos or wanted to get a notification, you can also just go to the following in the option in the Facebook and see first. So that way you will also get your videos playing on your screen whenever we are just coming on live. So that's the two things which we can just do that. And going forward with our queries, what we are talking about, that somebody pushed you and you just taken it and then showed the success, and you are just inculcating that to them. So how do you think other women should follow you? Is there an insight where we can learn from you?
Yeah. See, I think every girl is born with some dream or the other. Otherwise, I don't see any focus in them. So I'm sure everybody was born with a talent, and of course they'll be dreaming to aspire some things that they would not be able to achieve. Don't bury them. Always put it out. If you want, you have to chase your passion. Once you chase your passion, and make it as a purpose, one day it's going to become your profession. So always concentrate on what you like, which excites you the more. And my husband and I think my entire family knows skating is something which brings in smile in me. So 80% of his job is sorted out because I'm always into this sport. So, like that, identify your talent, identify your passion, don't bury them, and don't get scared to even open up to your in-laws or to your family. Just make it clear that this is what you want, and you chase it. Don't give up. Giving up at a spot, it's like you're pulling yourself down. Don't ever do that. Always focus on your dreams and don't bury them, as I told you. And I'm sure each and every woman and each and every girl is born with a talent, and God-given talent, I'm sure. So make sure that you expose it, be it an art, be it painting, be it anything. Maybe in my case it's sport, but be it anything. You can take it forward and don't ever give up.
Yeah. So with that, there is a relevant question which you have partially answered, but still I'll just go ahead. There's a question for you. What do you suggest to women who are passionate about something but not lucky as you when it comes to husband or mother-in-law?
I'm sure, as I mentioned now, don't give up. Keep asking. And one day I'm sure they're going to kind of have a soft corner to you. It may not be the case, but I think if your passion is something that is going to kind of kill the time with the family, you're not able to give time with your family and your in-laws, maybe that you'll have to kind of reshuffle and reschedule it, or rethink about it. But if something that is going to get you better to a better place and also gives more time for your family and to your in-laws, I'm sure there would not be any hindrance from your from the in-laws side or your husband's side. And it all depends on you whether you make it happen or not.
Absolutely, right? It's all depends on us. Yeah. Whatever is the situation, we would be able to find a way to make it happen. Yes. As you rightly said, share that. Maybe if in-laws are not available, there are other people even outside the family can be stepping in, right? Because all they need to know about your passion. Once you open up and you're dying for it, there will be a door will open for it in some or the other means. So that's fine, right? So there is another question saying that where we are came with that WhatsApp query as well. So sports is something where people, as you rightly said, even in your family, people said it is no and then do it about it. But somehow you turned it about to be being a sports person as a coach, right? So is there a way where we can just find this nurturing path in a smaller way to start off? Because when you started also, it should have been the struggle, right? Yes. It's just not something people have just come forward to just join that. Yes. So how was that?
See, everything comes as a package, as I mentioned earlier as well. Everything comes as a package. There is hard work involved in it. there is sacrifices involved in it, there's compromises involved in it. But ultimately, you're not burying your passion there. You're working towards it. So what happens is, the moment you realize this is what you are chasing to, and and all your kind of plans and all your purposes will only focus on that. So you don't have to deviate from it. So maybe even I started off with a summer camp. I didn't do it on a large scale. I didn't have a club of my own. I didn't have a rink of my own. It all started at a very small area, in a small scale. It started with only 10 kids. Now I'm very happy to say it's spread in 4 to 5 centers. So nothing comes big and nothing comes easy. For everything, there's hard work involved. There's a lot of things involved in it. It all depends on how you take it. But never give up in between. There are times, where you feel, okay, this is it. I think I'm done for it. I can't take it. Never ever give up. Keep talking to yourself. Keep pushing yourself. Self-motivation is something that's going to, keep you going. So never give up. That's what I've learned.
So is that what you do when you just get your low times?
Yeah, that's one thing that I want to pep you up also. Whenever I get low, I go keep watching my videos and my media and my recordings which has come online, and some people, talking about me when I'm going as a chief guest. I see all my achievements. I keep looking at my medals. That keeps me going. And to be very frank, I don't think I had any low times. I've been having all good moments thus far.
That's really nice to know about. There's one more query has just come. On the lighter side, do your kids enjoy your success? How do they respond?
They are very proud about it. In fact, my older son, Juan, he feels very proud to walk with me when, whenever I've been invited as a chief guest. Even my younger one is yet to realize that, his mom is a celebrity, but still, they all enjoy, and they keep talking about it, and especially my older one understands this, is quite sensitive about what he's learning, and in fact he sees through me, and he wants to follow me, and that is the major thing. That's something that you're done something for life, and your kids are following your footsteps. So yeah, that's how, and they're very proud about it. That's how they respond. They walk with me hand in hand whenever I go, and whenever my interviews are played, whenever I'm called as a guest. Yeah, that's how it is.
That's great. So another question: are you a mentor-driven or are you a self-motivation person?
I've been having mentors throughout my life. As I mentioned, I have had my coach as a first mentor. Then comes my mom. Then comes my dad. My dad is my spiritual mentor. Then comes the picture gets into my family, where my mother-in-law was a spiritual mentor as well. She was a great prayer warrior, and she was involved in a lot of ministries, which also helped me and got me exposed to how we have to do ministry in our country. And also my husband is a mentor. When it comes to being an entrepreneur, he being one himself, he wanted me to be one. And I also had a spiritual mentor called Mrs. Phoebe Julius, who was part of an organization called UESI, which is Evangelical Students Union in India, and she's the one who got me into this. Apart from sport, I was also involved in the spiritual activities, and I had a good foundation in church. I belong to Bethel Baptist Church in Mysore, and my pastors were also my mentors. So I've been having mentors all my life. So and at this point is where I'm self-motivated also, but I've been having mentors throughout. Without mentors, I don't think I would have been successful enough in any area, be it in any area.
Correct. So it's a really good. Thanks for asking that, Radha. That was pretty nice as well as inspiring for us to know. Without mentor, things are not moving. You need somebody to guide as that, right? So we do have a mentor walk is coming for all of you. It's called a Women's Day Global Mentor Walk, and we are organizing one in Bangalore and one in Chennai. But this is in association with the Vital Voices in India itself. There are 20 plus walks are planned. So in any city, we can connect you where you can be part of that walk and then go over there. The purpose of the walk is bring you along with a mentor, where you think there is a one or two burning question where you wanted to go about in your life. That is where we are trying to find the professional who can handle that for your career growth. So just do join us, and there is a link has been posted in our Facebook to just subscribe for it, and it's a free event. We are bringing together 30 to 45 minutes of walk for all the women to get the best out of that. Before closing, is there something you would like to share with our community, Esther?
Yeah, I've been talking only about passion. So, passion has taken me thus far. So, and the sport has given me a lot of laurels, a lot of credentials, and just give a good platform for your kids wherever you are, and never give up. Be it you're getting married, and you don't bury your dreams there. Marriage is very beautiful thing, provided you make it beautiful. Honor your in-laws. That is what's first thing my community teaches. From my Christian background that I have learned, honor your in-laws, and everything else will fall in place. If you respect, they will start respecting you. And always give the credentials to your husband or your parents, and go back to where you come from, and try to stay as humble as possible. And that, I think, will make you fly higher. And also, as I mentioned, make passion a purpose. One day you will see it as a profession. And passion is something like passion is energy. We can just call it an energy. So use that power and keep it going, and never let it down. So always chase your dreams and stay focused. Discipline is most important in our lives. And I always keep encouraging my parents and my skating parents, and also my kids, so that you be a good human being. Ultimately is what you are. And staying humble and loving, and love for your parents and your in-laws, and love for God is always a priority. Always prioritize what is important in your lives, and I think everything will fall in place. God bless.
Awesome. So thanks, Esther, for bringing that, the passion to how to sustain the passion. We also got the recipe. Hopefully we should be able to take it away as with us and then continue our journey.
Yes.
And thanks for coming, and we'll just keep you posted about our walks as well. So just stay with us. Thank you so much.
Manjula.
Thanks.